What's good, y'all? Master Yoshi here. I was talking to somebody the other day and they told me that if you're on a motorcycle and you have an accident, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because you should have known the risk. Well, let's talk about that. Well, these are signs you don't like to see. Loose gravel, gotta be extra careful. But yeah, so this guy told me you should know the risk of riding a motorcycle. So if you're in an accident, you really can't be mad at nobody but yourself. Now my initial reaction was like, man, you stupid as hell. But you know, when I get into arguments or debates, I really try to put myself in that person's shoes to see what kind of frame of mind they're in. So I didn't call him stupid right off the bat. I was like, okay, let me see. So what you're saying is, since I know the risk, if anything happens to me, I really can't be mad because I should have known the risk. And he's like, yep. I was like, all right, so like, I guess I can kind of see what you're saying. Like, if you play football and you hurt your ankle, you really can't be mad because, that's one of the risks of playing. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I guess I can kind of see what you're saying. So technically, I guess you could say this guy was right because you can't have a motorcycle accident if you don't have a motorcycle. But at the same time, that ain't the way to live. In some countries, if you're in an accident, no matter if you cause that accident or not, so say I'm over here, I'm just driving, I'm riding regularly, and somebody comes up from behind me and crashes into me. If I'm not a citizen of that country, they're gonna say I'm at fault because I shouldn't be there anyway since I'm not a citizen. Isn't that crazy? So I guess that's the same type of thing this guy was saying. Now, I don't agree at all. Literally and technically, I guess he's right because, like I said, you can't have a motorcycle accident if you don't own a motorcycle. Well, I guess technically you could be in a motorcycle accident if you crash into somebody else. But you personally, you can't crash on your bike if you don't got a bike. But that's such a stupid way to live. That's like saying, man, you can't get food poisoning if you don't eat. So even if you are in a motorcycle accident, somebody else can be at fault. And yeah, there's risk with riding, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you ever gonna have a bad day. Take in the views. But just because you ride a motorcycle doesn't mean that you need to subject yourself to, or that you should expect to be hurt on the thing. Now, even though I don't agree with this guy on the whole part talking about you can't be mad at somebody because you should have known the risk, I do feel like a lot of accidents are due to rider error, and I feel like a lot of accidents can be prevented. For example, let's say I'm going down a 30-mile-per-hour road and I'm doing 60, and someone pulls out in front of me, and I crash into this person. Who's really at fault? Let's up the speed. Let's say I'm doing 70 in a 30, and somebody pulls out in front of me. I'm gonna say that's the rider's fault because nobody's expecting you to go that fast on a 30-mile-per-hour street. Even if they saw you, they might think they have time to come out because you should be doing 40 miles per hour slower than you're doing, and you're doing twice that speed and so. Also, as a rider, you should know that it's hard for people to see you. So you should ride that way. So if you're coming up to intersections, I always like to reduce my speed because I know I'm hard to see. So in some instances, that guy's right. Yeah, if you're in a motorcycle accident, sometimes you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. Like if you're doing that, like that scenario I just talked about, you can't even be mad at that car really because it was your fault. You shouldn't have been going that fast. Had you been going slower, they might have seen you. Or had you been going slow, you might have been able to brake and swerve in time. But overall, to say, man, if you're in an accident, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. That's like saying if a car's in an accident, they can't be mad at nobody because they should have known the risk of driving. But man, it is beautiful in here. It's a nice foggy day. Got all these cyclists. If I had me a road bike, I'd be out here myself. Bicycle. But yeah, man, that's all Master Yoshi got for y'all today. Y'all stay blessed. Don't be too stressed. Master Yoshi out. Peace!